Okay, so let's have more examples sa increasing and decreasing functions. So for number 2 class, sabi dito, find the interval or intervals where the function defined by function 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 36x is increasing and where it is decreasing. So kailangan nating alamin yung interval. Okay, kung kailan siya increasing and then kailan siya decreasing. Okay, so ano yung step 1 natin? Step 1 natin is that we get the derivative of the function. So yung function natin class is 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 36x. Then we get the f prime x or the first derivative. So that is 2 times yung baba natin which is the exponent 3. So 6x 3 minus 1 so squared. Then derivative of x is 1 plus 3x squared. Derivative niyan is 6x and then derivative ni 36x is 36. Tama ba? Pangit ng pagkakasulat. Okay? Draw. This is equal to 36. Okay? And then after getting the first derivative class, we equate it to 0. Tama? So 0 equals 6x squared plus 6x minus 36. And then, pwede nating ilabas si 6 para maiwan ang x squared, mas madali nating ma-factor out. So pag nilabas ko si 6 class, so magiging 0 equals 6 times x squared plus 6 divided by 6 is x na lang maiwan. And then 36 divided by 6 is 6. So minus 6. So i-multiply ko lahat by 1, 6. Tama ba? Okay, so ang maiiwan class is x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Then, kunin natin yung mga values ni x. So, by trial and error class, makukuha natin yung factors niyan. Okay, ano ang factors ni x squared plus x minus 6? So, wait, I'll just use my calculator. So, that would give us x plus 3 and x minus 2. Tama ba? Kasi, di ba, ang ginagawa natin, ano yung mga factors ni x squared? X and x. Factors ni negative 6 na pag factors ni negative 6 tama, wherein pag pinag-plus natin ay makukuha natin si positive, yung numerical coefficient ni x sa gitna. So, that is 3 plus negative 2, that is positive 1. So, x. Tama ba? Sakto. So, equals 0. So, ang x natin class ay x plus 3 equals 0. So, it will give us x, x plus 3 equals 0. Hence, x is equal to negative 3. Okay? And then, x minus 2 is equal to 0. That means that this x is equal to 2. Ibig sabihin class, ang critical points natin or the critical values, we have the x equals negative 3 and then x is equal to 2. Yan yung mga critical numbers natin. So, ibig sabihin ng class, yung mga values ni x, so pag i-plot natin yan class, ito yan. So, negative 3, so meron tayong sa left, 1, 2, 3. So, we have negative 3. Okay, yan na siya. And then, positive 2. 1, 2. And then, positive infinity. Then, we have negative infinity. So, ang intervals natin class is from we have your interval 1, we have from negative infinity to negative 3. And then, ang interval 2 natin class is that from negative 3 to positive 2. Okay, negative 3 to positive 2. And then, ang interval 3 natin class is from positive 2 naman to positive infinity. So, dito class, ano ang itsura ng magiging function anong graph ng function natin is hindi natin alam kung dito ba sa negative infinity to negative 3 increasing siya or decreasing, and then sa interval 2 decreasing, increasing, then interval 3 increasing or decreasing. So ilagay natin siya dito sa ating Excel. Okay? Palakihin natin yung spacing na. Okay. So, it intervals class from negative infinity to negative 3. Okay? And then, mamili tayo ng value ng x natin between negative infinity to negative 3. So, yung pinakamalapit na lang sa negative 3, that is negative 4. Okay? And then, yung from negative 3 natin, okay, to positive 2. Siguro 1 na lang. Okay? Para mas mabilis i-substitute. Or mas maganda 0 na lang din. Pwede rin namang 0 para yung mga may multiplier na x, 0 kaagad yun, ka-cancel out. And then, from 2 to positive infinity, okay, from 2 to positive infinity, 3 na lang. Okay? So, choose value of x. And then we substitute the value of x to our f prime x. So, we have your f prime x is equal to 6x squared plus 6x minus 36. So, using your calculator, itong una is 6 times negative 4 squared plus 6 times negative 4 minus 36. And that is equal to, ano yung makukuha natin dyan, class? Okay, that will give us 36. Tama ba? Okay? Kindly double check ha. Next, 6 times 0 squared plus 6 times 0 minus 36. So, ito cancel na to, ito cancel na to. So, ilan may iwan? Negative 36. And lastly, f prime 3. Okay, ito is f prime negative 4, no? So, f prime negative 4 to. So, f prime 0. So, f prime 3. Okay, so, palitan natin si x ng 3. So, 6 times 3 squared plus 6 times 3 minus 36. 9 times 6 and then plus 18 minus 36. So, that will give us 36. Okay? So, positive to class, so that is greater than 0. Ano na yun pag greater than 0? That is, the function is increasing. That is negative 36, that means that is lesser than 0, means that is decreasing. Okay? And then this is greater than 0, that means that is increasing. So, the answer to the question is, ano yung tanong niya kanina? To what intervals yung function natin is increasing, and then to what intervals ang function natin ay decreasing. So, from intervals negative infinity to negative 3, and from positive 2 to positive infinity, our function is increasing. And then from interval negative 3 to 2, yung function natin ay decreasing. Let's check. Ito yung function class. Ito yung graph ng ating function. So, from negative 3, okay, from negative 3, ito yung negative 3, and then to positive 2, okay, that is 2. So, ito si 3, negative 3. Tignan nyo, class. From negative 3 to positive 2, decreasing siya. And then from negative infinity, okay, increasing. And then from 2 to positive infinity, increasing yung ating function. Okay? So, ganun yung ibig niyang sabihin. Kuha? Okay. So, let's have another example here. So, example number 3 tayo. So, find the interval or intervals. Saan na yun? Find the intervals where the function defined by function of x cubed minus 3x plus 3 is increasing and where it is decreasing. So, step 1 ulit. Okay, paulit-ulit lang ha. Get the derivative, then equate to 0, and then get the critical numbers. So, f of x equals x cubed minus 3x plus 3. So, f prime of x is 3x squared minus 3. And then we equate it to 0. Derivative of 3 is 0. Okay? Derivative of 3 is 0. That's constant. So, 0, 3x squared minus 3. And then, pwede nating i-multiply by 1/3. So, it will give us x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, we get the roots or the values of our x. So, that will give us x squared. Ay, divided by 3 pala. So, pag nilabas ko si 3, so si 3 magiging 1. Okay? X squared minus 1. This 1. Okay? That is x squared minus 1. Tama ba? So, 1/3 times 3x squared is x squared na lang. So, negative 3 times 1/3 is negative 1. So, x squared minus 1. Tama ba? Class, diba that's difference of two perfect square? Tama? Difference of two perfect square. A squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So, that is x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. So, ang values ni x natin ay, so x plus 1 equals 0, that is x equals negative 1. Then x minus 1 equals 0, that is x is equal to positive 1. So, ang critical numbers natin ay negative 1 and positive 1. So, if that is the graph, this is negative 1, this is positive 1. Positive infinity, negative infinity. So, yung magiging intervals natin, class, so ganyan mo lang siya. Okay? So, interval 1 natin is from negative infinity to negative 1. Interval 2 natin is from negative 1 to positive 1. Interval 3 natin, that is from positive 1, okay, to positive infinity. Okay? So, ilagay na natin siya dito sa ating table para maayos. So, intervals natin, negative infinity to negative 1. And then, from negative 1 to positive 1. Then, interval 3 natin is from positive 1 to positive infinity. And then, we choose x between the interval or within the interval. So, from negative infinity to negative 1, ano ang gusto nyo? Okay? Let's try negative 2. Okay? And then negative 1 to 1. Okay, the best, 0. And then from 1 to positive infinity, we try 2. Okay? Then we substitute x to f prime of x. So ano yung f prime of x natin? F prime of x natin is 3x squared minus 3. So, f prime of negative 2, so 3 times negative 2 square minus 3 is equal to, negative 2 square is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 minus 3, that is positive 9. Pag positive, alam na this, increasing. F prime 0, so 3 times 0, taas natin yung ating drawing. Okay? That is, wait lang. Okay? 0 squared minus 3 is equal to negative 3 kasi ito makancel na. Then f prime of positive 2, so 3 times 2 squared minus 3, so 4 times 3, 12 minus 3, that is positive 9. And if it is greater than 0, ano yon? Increasing. If lesser than 0, that is decreasing. And if it is greater than 0, that is increasing. Okay? So, as a conclusion, from negative infinity to negative 1, and from positive 1 to positive infinity, yung graph ng ating function ay increasing. And then from negative 1 to positive 1, the graph of our function is decreasing. Let's check. If we graph it, okay, ito yung kanyang graph niya. Okay? So, from negative infinity, class, to positive infinity, at negative 1, ang y natin is 5. So, increasing siya. And then, from negative 1 to positive 1, pababa na siya. And then, mag-i-increase na naman siya from positive 1 to positive infinity. Okay? So, ganyan lang itong increasing and decreasing natin. So, hope you learned something from this video. Okay?